Welcome to Millennium Daily News. This is Ifat Fatima with top stories. White House unaware of deputy lawyer's threat to quit over Comey. Trump to create panel to study voter fraud, suppression official. Mosul battle will be finished within days, Iraqi army chief. Prime Minister administers oath to Kumilla city mayor. Banani rape victims give judicial statements. And Tri-Nation Series matchless Tigers to face Ireland Friday. Those were the headlines, now the detail. The White House says it is unaware whether the Deputy Attorney General threatened to quit after he was blamed for the FBI chief's sacking. Rod Rosenstein reportedly was on the verge of resigning after the White House cast him as the prime catalyst of fire James Comey, U.S. media reported. He detailed Mr. Comey's serious mistakes in a memo to President Donald Trump just prior to the firing. The sacking of Mr. Comey has ignited a firestorm of criticism. Democrats have called for a special prosecutor to take over the probe of alleged links between the Trump election team and Moscow, which Mr. Comey was heading. President Donald Trump plans to create a commission to investigate voter fraud and voter suppression, a White House official said, a move that follows Trump's unsubstantiated claims of massive voter fraud in the 2016 U.S. election. Trump planned to sign an executive order creating the Presidential Commission on Election Integrity, which would be chaired by Vice President Mike Pence, ABC News reported. Trump, who took office in January, has said that there was widespread voter fraud in the November election. The Republican won the White House through victory in the Electoral College, which tallies wins in states but lost the popular vote to his Democratic rival, Hillary Clinton, by some 3 million ballots. The EU's chief Brexit negotiator, Michel Barnier, has said he will work to avoid a hard Irish border after the UK leaves the European Union. He was speaking at a joint session of the Irish Houses of Parliament in Dublin. He is the first non-head of state or prime minister to make such an address. Mr. Barnier told Irish parliamentarians he had a duty to speak the truth and that the UK's departure from the EU would have consequences. He also emphasized that customs controls were part of EU border management. When the UK leaves the EU, it means the Irish border will become a customs frontier. Iraqi security forces are only days away from completing the operation to recapture Mosul from so-called Islamic State, the army's chief of staff says. Lieutenant General Othman al-Ghanimi told the BBC he hoped the jihadist group would be defeated in the city before the Islamic holy month of Ramadan begins on 26 May. Recent gains in the north meant the remaining militants were being squeezed into an ever smaller area, he added. Mosul fell to IS in 2014 and is its last major urban stronghold in Iraq. Pro-government forces launched a major offensive to retake the city in October with the support of US-led coalition airstrikes. An earthquake rocked China's western Xinjiang region lately, killing 8 people and injuring another 23 as more than 1,500 homes crumbled, state media reported. The shallow 5.4 magnitude quake struck at 5:58 a.m., 213 kilometers southwest of the ancient Silk Road city of Kashgar, the U.S. Geological Survey said. Some people were buried after their adobe homes collapsed, said Wang Fuyu, Communist Party chief of Tax-Corrigan County, according to the official Xinhua news agency. Viewers, now going for a short break. We will be back with the headlines. PM administers oath to Kumilla city mayor. Holy Shabi Birat being observed. Rohingya Bangladesh seeks EU's strong supports to find solution. US labor market tightening, inflation pressures building. Bank of England warns of consumer spending squeeze.
Friends, ডেভেলপমেন্ট।
একটি স্বপ্নের ঠিকানা, একটি সুন্দর আবাসস্থল। ফ্রেন্ডস ডেভেলপমেন্ট আপনার স্বপ্নের বাস্তব রূপ দেয়।
নতুন ডুপ্লেক্স, অ্যাপার্টমেন্ট, কমার্শিয়াল বিল্ডিং নির্মাণের জন্য নির্ভরযোগ্য একটি প্রতিষ্ঠান।
ফ্রেন্ডস ডেভেলপমেন্ট।
অত্যাধুনিক ডিজাইন, সর্বশেষ প্রযুক্তির সমন্বয়ে আমাদের কর্মতৎপরতা। কনক্রিট, সিমেন্ট আর ইস্পাতের মজবুত বন্ধনে
গড়ে উঠুক আপনার বাড়ি। রোদ বৃষ্টি সহ সকল বৈরিতার বিরুদ্ধে করি সঠিক ট্রিটমেন্ট।
আপনার শহরের প্রাইম লোকেশনে রয়েছে আমাদের অ্যাপার্টমেন্ট।
আপনার কষ্টার্জিত টাকা এবং আমাদের নির্ভেজাল শ্রমে নির্মিত হোক আপনার স্বপ্নের বাড়িটি। আপনার জীবন হোক সুন্দর এবং আনন্দময়।
আমাদের ঠিকানা ফ্রেন্ডস ডেভেলপমেন্ট, 211 ইস্ট 43 স্ট্রিট, সুইট বি, 507, নিউ ইয়র্ক, NY 10017। ফোন 718-893020।
ইমেল friendsdevelopment@optimum.net। নিশা ট্রেডিং একটি আন্তর্জাতিক মানের গার্মেন্টস প্রোডাক্ট আমদানি ও রপ্তানিকারক প্রতিষ্ঠান। ইউরোপ, এশিয়া ও আমেরিকা সহ বিশ্বের নানা স্থানে বাইং, মার্চেন্টাইজিং এবং ম্যানুফ্যাকচারিং করে থাকে। সর্বাধুনিক প্রযুক্তিতে তৈরি বিভিন্ন ডিজাইনের পোশাক বাজারজাতকরণ এবং বিপণন এই প্রতিষ্ঠানের লক্ষ্য। প্রতিষ্ঠানের বৈশিষ্ট্য: উন্নতমান নিশ্চিতকরণ, টেকসই পণ্যের নিশ্চয়তা, নির্ধারিত সময়ে পণ্য সরবরাহ, লেনদেনের স্বচ্ছতা ও বিশ্বস্ততা। যোগাযোগের ঠিকানা: USA কর্পোরেট অফিস, 1747 থার্ড স্ট্রিট সুইট 215, জ্যাকসন হাইট, নিউ ইয়র্ক, NY 11372। বাংলাদেশ কর্পোরেট অফিস, বাড়ি নং 145, সপ্তম তলা, রোড নম্বর 12, ব্লক জি, দক্ষিণ বনশ্রী, খিলগাঁও, ঢাকা 1219।
Viewers, now Millennium news on Bangladesh topic. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina administered the oath of office to new elected Kumilla City Corporation Mayor Monirul Haq Sakku. Sakku was sworn in at a simple ceremony at the Prime Minister's office. PM's press secretary Isanul Karim said after the event. Local Government Division Secretary Abdul Malik conducted the function. LGRD Minister Engineer Khandakar Musharraf Hussain, PM's advisors HT Imam and Iqbal Sobhan Chaudhary and MPs elected from Kumilla were present. Sakku was re-elected Kumilla City Mayor on 30 March this year. The holy Shabi Barat, the night of fortune and forgiveness, is being observed in the country yesterday night with due religious fervor. According to Muslim belief, Shabi Barat is the night when Allah arranges the affairs of the following year. On this night, Allah writes the destinies of all the creations for the coming year by taking into account their past deeds. The Muslim devotees are offering special prayers, reciting from the Holy Quran, holding milad, zikr and other religious rituals, seeking divine blessings for the well-being of mankind. They will pass the whole night offering prayers. Two private university girls who were raped in a Banani hotel around 1.5 months ago gave their judicial statements before a court in Dhaka lately in a case filed over the incident. Metropolitan Magistrate Nurun Nahar Yasmin recorded statements of the victims under section of 22 of the Women and Children Repression Prevention Act. Earlier, Ismat Ara Ami, Sub-Inspector of the Women Support and Investigation Division of Dhaka Metropolitan Police and the investigation officer of the case produced the two girls before the court. Bangladesh police raided a suspected Islamist hideout in an operation that left 5 relatives and a fire officer's dead, officials said. Police shot dead the 5 people, all from the same family, as they emerged from a house in northwest Bangladesh, senior police officer Sumit Chaudhary told AFP. One of the 5 stabbed the fire officer, who died of his injuries, while 2 others hurled grenades at police. 2 police were also injured. We were surprised by the attack. 2 of them threw grenades and another attacked a fire service officer with a sharp rod. He later died in hospital, said Chaudhary. 5 extremists were killed in our shooting. They include a father, his wife and their 2 sons and a daughter, he said. Bangladesh has sought sustained and strong support from the European Union to resolve the Rohingya refugee issue, referring to the gross violation of human rights of the Muslim population of the North Rakhine state in Myanmar. Both sides also discussed the scourge of global terrorism and agreed to work closely to combat terrorism and violent extremism. The issues came up for discussion when Law Minister Anisul Haq and State Minister for Foreign Affairs M. Shahriar Alam met member of European Parliament, Christian Dan Preda, and European Commissioner for Migration, Home Affairs, Citizenship Dimitris Christian Dan Preda and European Commissioner for Migration, Home Affairs, Citizenship Dimitris Avramopoulos separately at the European Parliament and European Commission respectively in Brussels. Chief Election Commissioner K.M. Nurul Huda said the electronic voting machines will be used in the next parliamentary polls if all the political parties reach a consensus in this regard. The CEC made the remarks at an orientation program of the new Committee of Reporters Forum for Election and Democracy at the Nirbachan Bhavan in the city. Nurul Huda said the Election Commission will sit with the political parties and other stakeholders this year and seek their opinions over the EVM use in the next general election to be held late December 2018 or early January 2019 before taking any decision. Bangladesh Nationalist Party turned down Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir's remarks that it placed Vision 2030 imitating their Vision 2021, saying it is an untrue comment. Speaking at a press conference at BNP's central office in capital Dhaka's Nayapandal, its Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir alleged that it is rather Awami League which does politics following Ziaur Rahman and Khaleda Zia's policies like free market economy and private investment policy. Viewers, now Millennium Business News. New applications for U.S. jobless benefits unexpectedly fell last week while producer prices rebounded strongly in April, pointing to a tightening labor market and rising inflation that could spur the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates in June. Labor market strength was also underscored by a sharp drop in the number of Americans on unemployment rolls to a 28.5-year low in the final week of April. Initial claims for state unemployment benefits fell 2,000 to a seasonally adjusted 236,000 for the week ended May 6. The Labor Department said lately confounding economists' expectations for a raise to 245,000. U.S. stocks were on track to record their steepest fall in nearly a month amid broad declines, led by retail and bank stocks. Macy's dismal quarterly performance sent its shares tumbling 13%, taking a toll on the consumer discretionary sector. SPLRCD, which fell 1% with all of its components in the red. Financials SPSY were off 0.87% as losses in Wells Fargo and Bank of America weighed. Strong corporate earnings, robust economic data, and expectations of fiscal stimulus in the United States have lifted Wall Street to record highs. Snap Incorporation shares plunged as much as 23.5% after the winner of the widely popular Snapchat app's user growth and revenue numbers failed to show that it was adequately dealing with rising competition from Facebook. Snap, which calls itself a camera company, posted its debut quarterly scorecard following its hugely successful IPO in March, reporting showing user growth and widely missing Wall Street's revenue expectations. Snap shares plunged to $17.59, their lowest since the initial public offering on March 2, whipping off more than $6 billion of its market value. The stock had debuted at $17. Bank of England Governor Mark Carney has warned of a consumer spending squeeze this year as inflation rises and real wages fall. This year will be a more challenging time for British households and wages won't keep up with prices, he said. He was upbeat about wage growth beyond 2017, but only if the government secures a smooth exit from the EU. It came as the bank trimmed UK economic growth forecast for 2017 from 2% to 1.9% and held interest rates at 0.25%. British Telecom is to shed 4,000 jobs worldwide over the next 2 years and is stripping the chief executive of his annual bonus. The telecoms giant said the job cuts would fall on back office and managerial sectors as it simplifies its global services operations. The shakeup follows an accounting scandal at the Italian part of global services that cost BT more than £500 million. In the wake of widespread protests by the business community, Finance Minister A.M. Mohit said there will be some changes in the new law of value-added tax. Mohit was inaugurating a mobile VAT online help desk at the National Board of Revenue Office, reports UNB. The government is planning to implement the new VAT law, VAT and Supplementary Duty Act 2012, from the next fiscal year. Experts have expressed concern that the uniform 15% VAT will increase the already high cost of living in the country. The Trading Corporation of Bangladesh is going to start open market sale of essential commodities across the country from 15 May ahead of the holy month of Ramadan. We will start the OMS activity across the country from May 15 for the convenience of people, centering the holy month of Ramadan, said TCB spokesperson M. Humayun Kabir. A total of 185 trucks will be engaged to sell the essential commodities. Of them, 33 trucks will be in Tekka, 10 trucks in Chittagong, 5 trucks each in other divisional cities and 2 trucks each in district towns, he said. Leaders of trade bodies of rod and steel industries demanded keeping the value-added tax at 3 to 5% for the sector. The demand was made at a press conference arranged by Bangladesh Auto, Re-Rolling and Steel Mills Association and Bangladesh Steel Mill Owners Association at the VIP lounge of National Press Club. Speaking at the press conference, Bangladesh Auto, Re-Rolling and Steel Mills Association Chairman Manwar Hossain said if a uniform 15% VAT is imposed on all sectors from the next fiscal year, the price of per ton rod will shoot up by Taka 7,500. Young women entrepreneur and managing director of Aramid Group, Rukmila Zaman, has been elected chairman of United Commercial Bank Limited in an emergency board meeting. The meeting was held after the 34th annual general meeting at the corporate office of the UCB, said a press release. The meeting elected notable industrialist, one of the sponsor directors of UCB and chairman of UNESCO Group, Yunus Ahmed, vice chairman of the UCB. On the other hand, Anisuzzaman Chaudhary has been elected Executive Committee Chairman of the bank. He is also the Director of Roni Chemical Industries Limited. Viewers, now Millennium Environment, Science and Technology News. Verizon Communications Incorporation snapped up wireless spectrum holder Straight Path Communications Incorporation in a $3.1 billion deal, trumping rival AT&T's offer and potentially gaining an advantage in a race to build 5G networks. The $184 per share all-stock offer represents a discount of 17.8% to Straight Path's close and an equity value of $2.3 billion. The stock had skyrocketed nearly five-fold since April 7, a day before AT&T made the first move with a $95.63 per share offer. Websites that harbor disruptive, shocking, or malicious adverts will appear less frequently on users' news feeds, Facebook has said. The social network is tweaking the algorithm that picks posts for feeds to do a better job of spotting low-quality web pages. Instead, the algorithm will seek out more informative posts. It said the change was part of broader work it was doing to make Facebook less profitable for spammers. Two big cats, the African lion and the Sunda clouded leopard, are most at risk from extinction caused by loss of prey, according to a new analysis. Lack of food was a factor in why 7 big cats, including saber-toothed tigers, went extinct at the end of the last ice age, say scientists. The trend is continuing, threatening a range of modern big cats, they warn. If the prey of big cats continues to decline, it will add to other pressures such as habitat loss, a study found. The fossil of a baby dinosaur discovered in China more than 25 years ago has formally been identified as a new species of feathered dinosaur. The hatching dubbed baby Louis was found within a nest of dinosaur eggs. Paleontologists have called it B belong sinensis, which translates to Chinese baby dragon. Say it is the first known specimen of a gigantic bird-like dinosaur belonging to the group known as Oviraptoruses. Primitive hominids may have lived in Africa at the same time as humans, researchers said lately, in new findings that could change the understanding of human evolution. Fossils found deep in South Africa's Rising Star Cave complex in 2013 have been dated by several expert teams, with their findings suggesting the hominids called Homo naledi may have lived alongside Homo sapiens. It had previously been thought that the hominids were millions of years old. Viewers, now Millennium Sports News. A security team of Cricket Australia will visit Bangladesh in the next week ahead of the Australia cricket team's tour here in August-September. CA Chief Executive James Sutherland said his board expressed confidence that the tour will take place, receiving the feedback from its government agencies. Bangladesh Cricket Board CEO Nizamuddin Chaudhary said CA will take a call on as part of the process to finalize the tour arrangements ahead of the tour to Bangladesh, which depends on the report of the security team. Bangladesh cricket team will start their Tri-Nation Series campaign, taking the host Ireland in the tournament opener at Malahide in Dublin. The match will begin at Bangladesh time 3:45 p.m. The Tigers captain Mashrafi bin Mortaza will miss the first match of the series as he was suspended for one ODI match due to a slow over rate during the third ODI against Sri Lanka in Colombo in early April. All-rounder Shakib Al Hassan will lead the Tigers in the opening match according to the decision of Bangladesh Cricket Board taken on May 8. After 6 years, the Tigers are going to face Ireland in the format as both the sides played each other last in 2011 in the ICC World Cup, where Bangladesh registers a 27-run win at Sheribangla National Cricket Stadium. In their previous 7 ODI meetings since April 2007, Bangladesh secured 5 victories while Ireland registered 2. Real Madrid inflicted a 4th Champions League elimination on Atletico Madrid in as many years, losing their semi-final second leg 2-1 but progressing to the final 4-2 on aggregate. Atletico had threatened an incredible comeback, Saul Niguez's powerful header and Anthony Griezmann's penalty inside 16 minutes, cutting Real's aggregate lead to a solitary goal. The hosts fed off a ferocious atmosphere for their final Champions League match at the Vicente Calderon before moving to the Wanda Metropolitano next season. However, Isco's away goal just before halftime settled Real's nerves and left Atletico with too much to do to progress. International Cricket Council Chairman Shashank Manohar agreed to continue till his tenure ends in June next year, the game's global governing body confirmed in Dubai. Manohar, who had resigned in March citing personal reasons, initially agreed to defer his resignation till the annual conference this June, when the new ICC constitution consisting of the governance structure and reworked finance model will be ratified. The former Board of Control for Cricket in India chief, however, decided to continue in his post after persuasion by the full members and associates. Before ending, the headlines are once again. White House unaware of deputy lawyer's threat to quit over Comey. Trump to create panel to study voter fraud, suppression official. Mosul battle will be finished within days, Iraqi army chief. Prime Minister administers oath to Kumilla city mayor. Banani rape victims give judicial statements. And Tri-Nation Series matchless Tigers to face Ireland Friday. This is all for now from Millennium Daily Newsroom. To get any kind of news, please visit to our social website facebook.com/millenniumtvusa and youtube.com/millenniumtvusa. Besides, to get the most updated news, please log into our website www.millenniumtv.net. Stay with Millennium. Allah Hafiz.